the kind of wear it tight. Button up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says the world can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got Rob.
Hey, guys, it's Rob.
And that's it. It's just me and Rob. It's a nice quiet week. We've had special guests after special guests the last several weeks, but tonight, this week, we came a little, I'm not going to say unprepared, but we're going to do a little bit of a shorter episode. Some of us need to recharge our batteries, so to speak, and we've been doing other things and all sorts of stuff, and I'm covered in paint. And I'm a messy bitch. So we're going to do a little bit of a short episode. We're going to cover, Rob, you were part of a live stream that Tamara ran.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about that, and then we'll promote. We got a live stream coming up next month, I believe.
Yep. July 2nd, I think. I'm pretty sure.
And to kick things off, I want to say, Rob, happy Pride Month to you, my friend.
Thank you.
And to all of my friends out there that celebrate it. Yeah.
I almost bought a rainbow umbrella today, but I was like, nah. I got an umbrella.
You never go outside anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. So why don't you talk to us a little bit? How did the stream go?
It went pretty good. We ended up stopping early because a lot of people had issues about, we got most of the way through. I think there was an hour and a half left to go, which Tamara made up for the next night. But she had ended up by herself and couldn't stay awake because it had been already slightly past 24 hours, I believe, or slightly less than 24 hours. But she was crashing, and there was no one else around to keep her awake. I had actually fallen asleep around 2 a.m. because I had a long break after 2 a.m. and I fell asleep. Because normally for these things, I sign up to do something so I can stay awake the whole time. But this time, there were a bunch of games that I was not interested in, so I was just and then I fell asleep.
Well, you also fell asleep because you wanted me to go to sleep.
Well, yeah, there was that too.
And, I mean...
you refused to go to sleep because the dog was barking.
Well, between that and if you were going to get involved in another game, and, raucous laughter ensues, I mean, that would have kept me awake, so... It's one of those things. It's like, well, I wasn't upset. I was just a matter of okay, I guess I'll just stay up until, you decide to go to bed, and Matilda's, all done running outside and barking at everything. I'm sure I feel like I kind of made you feel bad, which was not my intention. I was just very tired. Because that was the night that I did not sleep the night before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the night I watched Morbius. A lot of people did not like Morbius apparently, and I've heard nothing but bad things from critics, but I don't really follow critics and what they say. I watched it that night. It kept my attention. I know there's lots of things it wasn't the greatest movie I had seen, especially amongst comic movies. But I mean, there were other comic book movies out there that I've seen that were worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if a movie sits there and holds your attention and keeps you interested for the entire runtime,
hmm
I think that's a half decent movie anyway.
Yeah.
So I did like the special effects on it. I thought they were neat. Um, but yeah. So what was some of your favorite games that you played on Tamara on the charity stream there? Also, you guys
Uh,
were raising money for what? Rainbow Railroad?
yes, Rainbow Railroad. Which, if you do not know, listeners, Rainbow Railroad it helps LGBT people leave countries where it's illegal to be LGBT. Like it helps them find a way to move to a country that is accepting, or helps with legal battles when they're put away for just being LGBT. Uh, so that's basically what they do. Like they try to help people in other countries that do not have it as good as we do. Which during my speech at the beginning, I was like, sometimes the U.S. is like not that great, but it's great compared to a lot of other places
Right.
where gay people are concerned. So yeah.
And then what were some of the games that like? What were some of your favorite games that you played?
Well, we played uh well, they played some that I didn't like, Minecraft and whatnot, but the ones that I played, Gartic Phone, obviously, that's always a freaking hoot. So we played that super late. That was the last thing I played before I fell asleep. So we were playing that from like midnight till 2 a.m. Uh, Gang Beasts, that's always fun too. Uh, and Among Us, I got to be the murderer once, and I managed to kill everybody but one, and ended up winning.
Nice.
Uh, yeah. Uh, that was pretty much it. I bowed out of Phasmophobia and PUBG because they had 5 people for both, and I was like, you know what, you guys can play. I'm not, so that they didn't have to do a rotation, because B ended up not coming because she got sick. Her sister had her 21st birthday, and I guess they like spiked the punch and no one realized, so B got like super sick.
Jeez.
Because she was going to join us when the party was over, but she said that she was throwing up the entire night. So, and then a couple of people just ended up dropping out. John only did a couple games, and Avalos was at the beginning, and then he didn't come back, which I found out later that he was also sick. And then when Tamara was doing the last bits, because I know that it was me, John, B, and Tamara that had signed up for Dread Hunger. And then, oh no, that was later, and that we didn't get to Dread Hunger. In Silence, it was me, Tamara, Sabrina, and her daughter. But her daughter fell asleep, and I fell asleep, and then Sabrina was late showing up, so that was when the point where she was like, "I'm by myself, I'm leaving." But then like Sabrina and Ember messaged her and were like, "We're here, we're just late." But then she had already fallen asleep. Her daughter messaged back saying, "Nah, she fell asleep. Too late."
Wow. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, it sounded like a fun time, and
it was.
I mean, that's one of the first times I think anyone that is part of the Distractions crew has done one of those types of streams where, as people donate or subscribe or, you know, give bits, it adds on to the time for the duration of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
I mean, I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, and the rolling dice was kind of funny too, because like some people donated to get the D20, and then she only rolled 1 minute out of the 20 minutes it could have possibly added.
Yeah.
And then like with the bits, she was rolling like 20 D6 because
Yeah.
people
Well,
donated so many bits.
listen, I felt cheated out of my time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of explained it to you when we
I
did
know.
it, that
I know.
if
And,
we had already gotten to the max that discouraged people from donating. So
Yeah. So.
she should have had it set to 100 to begin with. That's what John was telling her these things. She's like, John, you could have helped me earlier
Right.
instead of criticizing me on the day, which was very true.
Yep. So what? We got Summer Stream coming up next month.
We
You
do.
said was it the second?
Also, I'm not entirely sure how much we raised overall because I can only find where she posted how much the bits and the subs gained, which was 173. The direct donations, though, I think were up was 300 and something, so probably a little over 500 she raised. Well, we all raised together, but from
That's
her
good.
channel. So it was 173.46 between with the bits and the subs and stuff from the stream, and then the direct donations. I know it was over 300. I don't know exactly how much, but
You know, I always it doesn't bother me, and I don't know the right word that I'm looking for. But some people are like, "Oh, why do you even do these charities?" If sometimes like we've had Christmas stream charities where we didn't reach the goal that we put ourselves out there to try to reach, and it is hard. I mean, we're not well known streamers, but like some people, like their mentality is just, "Oh, well, why do you bother doing these raising money for these charities if if you barely raise anything or can't meet your goal?" But it's like, hey, at least we're doing something for charity, and every little bit helps. Like,
yeah,
it's like, yeah, okay, some people out there could raise tens of thousands of dollars for a charity, and we might come in having done one stream and raise, like you said, like raise $500 for a charity. But that's $500 that charity didn't have to begin with.
yeah, exactly.
And I mean, even if it's $1, it's something. And
Yep.
I can't stress the fact that, like, I don't know, I guess it kind of irks me when people question, like, why do something if you're not gonna achieve a goal or something. It's like,
Yeah,
I mean, just doing it is part of the goal.
yeah, exactly. Getting through it too. That's why
Yeah,
it's like a challenge and whatnot.
yeah.
I found where she posted the full total. It was $579 total.
All together with all of the
Yeah.
different things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, congratulations to Tamara for putting it together, and to everybody who chipped in and helped out and participated. Um, I mean, I applaud all of you guys, and you know, hopefully we can do it again in the summer. Now, what is the summer one that we're doing for any particular uh charity?
The summer one, no, it's to raise money for Distractions Media itself.
Okay, to try
So
to get like
that's why it's a subathon. So if you sub to the Distractions channel, like that's going to extend
the timer.
the time. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
this one is just like a personal one for us to either get like people better mics or
Yeah,
just like
equipment.
put it towards other things. Like yeah, it's basically this one's just basically a hey, give us money kind of thing.
Yeah.
We can do more stuff. But
Well, hey,
yeah,
it's
but
still a good cause, because I mean, some of us could use the better equipment. Better quality is always helpful.
mhm.
And I'm sure if there's enough, I mean, I know at least some of us would like to be able to get gifts and prizes for like the Christmas stream, to do giveaways, to try to
Mhm.
put towards getting people to donate more
Yeah.
for those streams. So yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And I mean, the
So
only game we got scheduled for that so far is the Gardic phone.
I'm pretty sure I'm checking on it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be July 2nd, starting at noon.
On the Distractions Media Twitch page.
Yes.
So it's twitch.tv/distractions media, I think.
Yeah, Gardic phone is still the only thing
All right.
currently scheduled. So it's this guaranteed 3 hours, which is going to be all our introduction and then Gardic phone. And then for every 100 bits we had on a minute, 500 bits we had on 5 minutes, 1,000 bits we we add on 10 minutes, so basically 1 minute per 100 bits. And then a tier 1 subscription, we had 5 minutes. A tier 2, we had 10 minutes, and a tier 3, we had 25 minutes.
I feel like that should increase. I feel like a tier 1 sub should be like 10 minutes. A tier 2 sub should be 20 minutes, and a tier 3 sub should be 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, you can put that in the chat.
Because that's just increasing them by 5, right?
Yeah,
From
tier
what-
1 is by 5. But I think, I mean, we would still get money out of it, but I think they did it that way because a lot of people use their free Twitch or free Amazon
Yeah, the
Prime
Prime.
subs.
Yeah.
But I mean, we still would get money out of that. So
Yeah. So I don't understand. We should just, yeah. Now the tier 2 sub was for 20 minutes and the tier 3 was for 30?
Tier 2 was 10 minutes, and tier 3 is 25.
Yeah. Now I think it should be 10, 20, and 30 for tier 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna make John change that.
Well, it's B that's in charge of it.
You know what? I'll make B change it. I'm gonna put my foot down and I'm gonna throw my weight around a little bit, and then I'm gonna be promptly put in my place.
Yeah, I mean, it may be one of those things too where they feel like that's going to be too much of a build up too fast, where we're going to run out of, like, we're going to end up with the max time.
You know what?
Which you said you don't want to do a max time either. If we go over, we should go continue. I remember you saying that.
If 6 people want a sub to add an hour of time, woo, that's 6 subs, man. That's nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, true.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I would put it in the Discord under the summer one.
I will let you put that in the Discord.
I'm not gonna put it. You put it.
You know I don't talk in the Discord very often. Fine, I will. You'll just have to show me where. Anyway, we're already at about 20 minutes. Is there anything you want to talk about off the top of your head? How you been, buddy?
I've been pretty good. Going to the doctor on Monday, which
Gross.
Yep.
I need to go get lab work done by a minimum of Tuesday. So.
And I also have to go to the dentist at some point soon because my tooth is bothering me.
Fuck that. Yeah. All right.
Other than that, it's been good. And then D&D and stuff.
Yeah. We gotta hop too on our psych watching, so that way we can move on to the next show. Because I want to watch Stranger Things, and there's a bunch of shows that I don't know. Like, I know I can just sit at my computer and watch, but I feel bad if I don't watch them with you. If they're shows that you're interested in.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I've been waiting. Like I did, I stopped. I only watched the first episode of Loki, and then I stopped because you were like, "I want to watch that too."
Yeah.
So I haven't seen that, and Donnie wants to watch the thing with me, the
Obi-Wan show.
Obi-Wan, yeah. But I just watched the Book of Boba Fett because I didn't realize that was out, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll watch that." Well, since Donnie wants to watch the other one, and then Ryan told me it was Mandalorian Part 2, and I was like, "Nah." But it is. It really is. Just it seems like another season of The Mandalorian.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I guess this could partially tie into your science corner. I don't know if you have a science corner for this week. But did you read that we're supposed to have like some crazy like meteor shower, like the biggest meteor shower since like the 40s or some shit?
No.
Now I gotta go find it. These are the things I know. Like from now on, I should just every time I come across these things, I should just send them to you regardless.
Yeah.
I know I saw it on my Facebook. I don't know how far I've scrolled since then. This is what I do when I'm bored, people, or if I'm like just on a call, like just hanging out with people and like not actively playing a game or something. I just got Facebook up and I just aimlessly scroll. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, that's dumb because Facebook is, toxic and full of shit." And you would think so, except for the fact that 90% of the stuff that it gets posted to my Facebook is all either funny memes or D&D stuff. because I'm part of like I don't even know, like 20 D&D groups. I'm part of one where people can message me and ask me questions on how you would rule things or how you go about building encounters and just any type of D&D question, and I help people answer them. And that is my interaction. That is my social interaction for the day with people. Now I can't find this damn fucking meteor shower thing.
I do have a science corner, actually. There is a tick now that can make you allergic to meat. So don't let ticks bite you, otherwise you're going to have to be a vegetarian.
Well, guess what? You're going to start looking and searching over Matilda.
Well, this color, it works really well.
I do not trust. You're going to start checking her nightly. If I get bit by a tick and I become allergic to meat, I'm going to eat you, Rob, and I'm going to die doing it.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, luckily for one, it's still a southern tick. It cannot deal with the cold, so it's more like South Carolina and lower currently. But yeah, it makes you allergic to meat, and it depends on how bad of allergic reaction. Like some people, it's just like a tickle in your throat. Some people swell up and whatnot, and it's usually just red meat like beef and stuff. You can still eat chicken and pork, but yeah. So ducks, don't get bit by that tick if you're in the South.
Let's see. This looks like no, these are all just the various meteor showers or asteroid. This isn't anything. I don't know now. Anyway, we're supposed to have some large ass meteor shower sometime soon, I think. This is what happened. I'm just going to start sending you all the sciencey shit that I see. And then I'll let you read it. Because that's the thing. It's like, I just read, like, and half of them could just be clickbait. It's like, oh, click on this so you can learn more about shit that happened fucking 20 years ago. But that way I can, you can just read through it. You can just tell me what you think. Alright. Well, I mean, that's all I got. I can't find this meteor shower thing, so. You got anything else, bud?
We went to a craft store today.
Yo, shh. Don't give away secrets.
I know, I can't say why.
Yeah.
But that's where I saw the rainbow umbrella.
Wait, that's where you saw the what?
The rainbow umbrella that I was like, maybe I should buy this.
Yep. Nope, can't find it. Alright, well, I guess that's where we'll wrap up. Yeah, I got nothing. Man, I'm drawing a blank. I'm hungry. I think that's what it is. I'm hungry, and I got crafts brain, which is weird because I don't do artsy shit. I'm not good at it. So, you said, like you were about to say something.
I was just gonna, say where meteor showers come from, because, as the Earth rotates around the sun, there's points where it gets closer to the asteroid belt than in others. So, little tiny meteors drift around past the asteroid belt every once in a while, and that's why at certain times of year, I know there's one, around August, mid-August, that always happens, because the Earth is passing through that area, and all the little rocks get sucked into our gravity and go burn across the sky.
Now, are we ever in danger when that shit happens, or does the mass majority of all of those burn up in the atmosphere?
Yeah, anything we've passed through would just burn up in the atmosphere. The NASA keeps track of anything that could get through the atmosphere and do damage, and they have there is one that's constantly like getting close to us a couple times, but there's one like most of them are farther away than the moon, so they are not really a threat. But there's one that comes in between us and the moon. I think it's in 2024 or something like that. Well, it gets really close, so they're keeping a good eye on that one.
Yeah, I'll try to find
if it
the article.
shifts or anything, they might need to blow it up.
I'll try to find the article again, but again, it's probably clickbait like that last one, where I was like, "Oh yeah, there's this black hole or whatever," and you're like, "Yeah, that's in a different galaxy, and it's like so many light years away that it's not going to affect us in our lifetime in the slightest."
By the time it reaches us, the Earth will have long been swallowed by our own sun, so we won't need to worry.
I did see an article, and again, it could be clickbait, but I'm going to try to find it, and I'll send it to you. But it's apparently there's 2 black holes that are close to merging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is.
And they say that it could fuck with space and time.
Mm-hmm.
How bad? Like,
well, it would be. It's not gonna. It's probably wouldn't reach us. Like, depending on how big of a radiation burst, maybe some of the radiation would reach us eventually. But the magnetic thing of the Earth should like bounce most of it off. But it will affect space time in the immediate area. That's why they're hoping to like watch it and observe it to see what happens. But it shouldn't affect us this far away.
Now, if a black hole consumes something, right? If something gets sucked into it and hypothetically destroyed, because I mean, I guess we really don't know if it destroys what it pulls in, or if it just, I mean, potentially it could send it somewhere else because we don't. I mean, right? Theoretically, maybe.
It's possible. But most likely, it just
gets destroyed.
No person would be able to, because the gravity would crush you to death before you got inside. But yeah. But now, like objects and light and whatnot.
So
could be
the more things that get into a black hole, does that increase?
The larger it gets. Yes.
It will increase in size.
Mm-hmm.
So if these things start like swallowing planets and stars and shit like that, they'll just start growing in mass.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all I got. And sounds like that's all you got. And we're right around that 27. We're right around the half-hour mark, which is what I was aiming for. So come join us July 2nd for our summer stream. I'm hoping it's fun.
Yep.
It's been a long time since I've participated in any type of like spring or summertime stream. Normally, the only ones that I participate in are your Halloween stream that you started, and then the Christmas stream, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I know Tamara is going to make hers an annual thing at the end of May, right before Pride Month. The Sunathon, which was what we're calling the one in July, because it's subathon, it's sunathon. But that one will probably depend on how well it does, whether we're going to do it again next year.
And then obviously the Halloween and Christmas streams are going to continue on as normal.
Yes.
All right. Well, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for listening to this short episode. Rob, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X and on Twitch at twitch.tv/ConfessorX.
And as always, everybody, you guys can follow me on Twitter at JaxForestWalker, all one word, and on Twitch at DMWebby, and on eBay at Damn It, I Lost Devin again. He's very elusive. So for that, everybody, thank you for listening. We love you, and fuck Booster Gold. That's not the outro. That's the outro. Da-da-da-da-da! Da-da-da! That's right. I'm a perfect singer. I sing on key every time.